Well, I first just want to say thank you for letting us be here, and we're excited to share our work. We're from Sam Houston State University in the 4+1 program. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so just a little bit about the 4+1 program. It's a unique program where students receive their bachelor's degree and their master's and getting their Texas teaching certification within 5 years. It's currently funded by the U.S. Department of Education. So it was a grant with a decent size money. Okay. And so some of the benefits of this include they get full tuition coverage. They do a STEM camp in computational thinking. The teachers are also given full release mentors and site-based mentors. So they're given a lot of mentorship. And they also get a lot of professional development. So there's a lot, it's a heavy support for these students. And like I said, they get mentoring, they get a paid internship. So instead of doing student teaching, they go straight into being the classroom teacher. And it covers all certification areas. And we partner with different districts all over North Texas and Huntsville, Humble, all the ISDs. So in terms of mentorship, they get an SBM, so someone who is a site-based mentor who is at their campus who provides support, and they're also working alongside them. And they get a full release mentor, and this person is kind of an outside person. They're not really tied with the district. It's more, they're hired through 4+1 program, and they're specifically designed to give them feedback, to come in, to give them ideas. They're not really there to praise them in a formal way. It's just more of kind of a support person for these novice teachers. And these full release mentors, some of them are former principals. They have, you know, at least 10 years of teaching experience. So they have a plethora of advice and time and experience just to help these new teachers. Okay, I already talked about that. So, you know, why is this important? Why does mentorship and support matter? Well, there's a huge turnover rate within teaching, as we know. Within 5 years, many teachers leave the profession due to feeling that lack of support. So we did a qualitative descriptive case study design. I'm sorry, Dr. Lane, did you want to step in? I've completely...
I was going to say that for our novice teachers, the full release mentor, one of the most attractive things about them is they're not, because they are not affiliated with the school district, our students, we call them residents, but our residents feel very comfortable talking to them about anything. This is the person who is their lifeline. So there are no political ramifications if they, you know, want to ask how they should talk to their principal or how they should work with their PLC group or anything like that. There's no, whereas with a site-based mentor, because they work typically on their same campus, there may be questions they are not comfortable asking the site-based mentor. They can ask those questions to the full release mentor and not have to worry that anyone will know about, you know, their concerns.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Dr. Lane. Okay, so so with the method, so we did a qualitative descriptive case study. We did individual and focus group interviews, and we interviewed the cohort residents, which are the novice teachers, the full release mentors, site-based mentors, even some principals, just to get their feedback and thoughts about the 4+1 program. And then we later coded and categorized those into themes. And, you know, all of their information is completely anonymous, and we were very transparent about that. So the research questions were about, you know, how does their participation in 4+1 TEACHprogram compare to the traditional teacher preparation, and what characteristics are needed to be successful in this program? And that's kind of more of the focus of this paper. And we also wanted to know, how does this 4+1 program help develop their first year as teachers, and just their overall perceptions and experiences in this program. So we did convenient sampling because all of the participants were in the 4+1 Teach program. We had a total of 20 people. And this is a breakdown of just the individual interviews. So we had 2 cohort residents from cohort 1. So these are kind of like the guinea pigs, because we have a total of 6 cohorts now. So these are the very first cohort. 1 site-based mentor, 4 release mentors for the individual interviews. And for the focus group, we had about 5, which included some principals, just a mix. As you can see, 1 site-based mentor, 4 release mentor, 1 principal. We even had a human resource from a school district. So this one was a little bit more mixed. So we did all of the interviews and focus groups through Zoom. And I did 2 face-to-face at a school on campus. This was before COVID. And it was more of a Socratic approach, just asking questions, letting them kind of share all their answers. And it was all recorded and transcribed for coding. So with the coding, we followed an a priori coding. So in cycle 1, we read and reread the transcripts. And then cycle 2, we identified and highlighted significant statements using a priori coding. And then cycle 3, trying to move my Zoom so I can see. I can't even see my own screen.
I can finish.
Okay,
cycle
go ahead.
We reviewed significant statements and then looked for emerging themes. And then during the last cycle, we finalized those into a thematic chart. So we can go to the next one.
Okay, thank you. So these were the quotes that we had from the participants. So one of them basically said that you have to be a very resilient human truly to go through your first year of teaching without student teaching experience while getting a master's. Because a lot of them felt very overwhelmed, and it was crucial to be on top of their time management. And another said that you need to have that level of resilience as a teacher and develop and foster resilient learners. And another said it's not for the weak or faint-hearted. Because you have to realize these students are not only doing their first year of teaching, but they're working on their master's degree, and they're also doing their a paper, right, Dr. Lane? They're also working on a full paper. So they're definitely dealing with a lot. And another quote was, I know early on the people that were picked for this program were ready to go. They're a bright group, and there's no doubt about it that they're learners. They may already just be a little bit cut above as far as their motivation, their willingness to learn, and they're just a motivated group. As far as other characteristics, they said, we love the maturity and the motivation that these kids have come into the program. It's really second to none. Another one talked about strong will, because you have to commit to this program and be all in. So you need to be strong-willed, resilient. You can't be wishy-washy. You have to have an inner strength and fortitude. And that's our presentation. Thank you. And we're open to any questions you may have.
Okay, so if there's no questions, I just want to say thank you so much for that presentation. It was very, very interesting. I love the qualitative data.
Thank you.
Thank you.